Those of us that love to eat healthy, today's topic is for you. And the reason is because a husband is complaining. And he actually sent out a very interesting post, about a 4- or 5-page post, which I'll try to paraphrase. What he's saying that when his wife started this healthy living diet, you know, there are different names. Let's not put any name forward here. According to him, initially it was cute, you know, eat healthy, make salad this day, you stop carbs, you stop this, you stop that. But after a while, she now got to the point where it's now very impulsive in the sense that every little thing anything that is sweet that comes to the house, the wife throws it out. So, for example, he gave an example where his friend bought cake for his children. And the woman said, we don't eat cake in this house. And she threw it out. She doesn't buy sweets for the kids, doesn't buy chocolate. Like, the house is just very dry.
Ew.
He wants to eat proper Nigerian food. But she complains about the oil, the beef that is in there, the calories, or the amount of carbohydrates they're eating. And he is frustrated. He's tired of this. And he's saying, what can he do? Now, this comes home to us because we're all trying to lose weight. And we're all mothers here. And we're all trying to have good, healthy eating habits.
That's better.
How do we find a middle ground in this situation? You can call us on 081-270-5367, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourView TVC so we can read the tweets. Have you guys, first of all, before we even go to solution, have you experienced this where, I know I have experienced this.
I think all of
But who would like to go first?
So let me tell you, in my house, we don't use MSGs. So seasoning cubes. And I feel like we have adjusted. We have all adjusted. Yes. Everybody eats like that. But then I found my husband's secret stash of the liquid seasoning that he hides somewhere. When I'm not there, that he puts in his food. And I found it, I didn't say anything. I trashed it. And then weeks later, I found another one, a bigger bottle in the place. So it happens. And I have, you know, there used to be a time that I would have described myself like this woman. I was a tyrant. But the man is another. He was like, see, madam, do you? Your life journey is different from mine. I would make my bad choices and live, you know, and live with them. You do you. And as for your children, allow me to buy them some small, sweet things. So I try to make, you know, we try to balance. But the thing that bothers, especially someone who's trying to be on a healthy lifestyle, is that you're surrounded by many people not on that path. So what helps is that you want to have a community of people, because that's how you support yourself, you support each other, and keeps you on track. When you don't have that support, you're likely to, you know, fall off the wagon here and there. But then when it's a whole family that is involved, and then you have friends that are involved, it's so much easier. And so I can understand her own is trying to make sure that we're all involved. But I always say that remember that you're dealing with other adults, and then children also have different needs. You don't have to put them on a strict diet.
Yeah.
It does not
you know,
work.
interestingly, because the lady, according to this article, the lady also kept telling her husband that your taste buds will adjust. You know, you don't use, your taste buds will adjust. You'll be okay. And which is probably what you also thought, that your family's taste buds will adjust. But in my own case, I mean, my kids don't like to have stuff. I mean, I like coming, like just yesterday, I came back home with marshmallows for them, you know. And I give them to share. But my husband will be complaining, why would you give? You know, because he's a healthy buff. He likes things to be healthy around the house. He eats it all because he knows he exercises. But he doesn't want every other person eating it. So you give my child chocolate, that dad will take it from me because you're not exercising. Me, I'm exercising, I can't eat it. You know, stuff like that. You know, but have you experienced this?
Have I experienced this? That's a question. My sister, the first time I decided to become a vegetarian, my darling, I had a problem because the way we cook in my house, you know, I'm from a part of Nigeria where the soup, you won't see space in the soup. Everything is fighting for attention, yes. And we do with all manner of stockfish, different things. Yeah. And I found it difficult to cook without all of those. It was a struggle. I was only able to survive for so I would do my separate meal and then do for the house without tasting, because I'm not supposed to taste it. It was a battle. And I survived that vegetarian waka for just 3 months. And I packed up. Then my husband was bearing, he He'll be eating alone. He's not used to eating alone. He likes to eat together. I started again when I felt I had a housekeeper who could cook. So I'll give her the menu for the house, do the meats, snails, stockfish, and everything for everybody, then do mine. And then I had another problem. You are dividing us in this house. We have decided that we must eat together as one. Every time, we must eat together. And then I say, but we're eating something different. You say, bring it, bring it. You will now mix my own and his own. And then he's using his swallow to touch this. This will not work in this house. Then, another problem I had was, even when he lets me eat my food separately, when he's eating his, he's used to feeding me. He will now bring meat. Baby, I said I'm a vegetarian. He said, so because you're a vegetarian, you will not collect meat from your husband. It becomes an issue. So after a while, I just said, God, I don't know what you're teaching me. But right now, I see this vegetarianism, I have to rest it. I don't know when I'm going to pick it up again. So it's been a battle trying to get all your family members to adjust. They actually need it because everybody, almost all of them are quite overweight. Right. They're big for their age and everything. And even him, he struggles with his weight because he's really big. He doesn't look big, but let him stand on the scale. You know his numbers.
But you see, the lady here was saying that her own mother had health issues. So she was trying to prevent her family from that same experience, and that's why she's trying to inculcate this new healthy. But the problem is that must we force children into this?
Okay, so let me put it this way. I think that what she probably is going through is trauma and fear, and she's projecting that fear and living in that fear that she doesn't want this thing to happen. Because my aunt, I grew up knowing my aunt never putting salt in her food, and that's because she just feels everybody in her family usually has high blood pressure and diabetes, and she doesn't want it. So she conformed everyone within her house not to eat food with salt. It was so hard, like it wasn't comfortable, but that she was able to do that. In my own experience, I have tried this in and out of diet, and my husband really isn't bothered about my diet because he will sort himself and eat, but then he would bring a bowl of
ice cream
of food, whatever food, at around like 10 p.m. And then he wants to show me love by feeding me at 10 p.m. And he was happening a lot consistently. So he started feeling like, why would he want to eat with me and then I would not want to eat?
Why, you don't love him anymore.
He doesn't understand that if one day food will not destroy.
Oh, that's what they always say.
Yeah. So I had to, and then the other thing that happened was because I was dieting, I wasn't cooking as much. So BC even tried. BC was even making
their own
for them. I was cooking less. My meals reduced. My variant of meals changed. And so it was like, so we don't eat in this house anymore because we are now dieting. So that was the drama in my house. And I just realized that as couples, we need to make sacrifices for one another, you know.
So who should be sacrificing here?
I don't know again.
Is it you that are dieting?
You must explain the journey and let them buy in. If they don't buy in, you cannot force it on them.
So they buy in for a time and they relapse.
Let me come to Dr. Moyo, then I come to Miriam. Dr. Moyo, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yes, I am.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, sir.
Yes, I was just laughing when I was listening to your individual stories, and I could relate to all of them. I'm not married though, but I have a friend that is a foodie. She's a caterer, she's a foodie. And her kinds of food are always very attractive. When I was even deciding that I want to do fit farm, I want to be slim, I want to lose weight, that's when she would come and cook for very attractive from office. I just did it, I'll try it now. She tried to encourage me. I love her, but this food, it's not good for me. I'm trying to watch my weight. She was like, this one thing will not kill you. Now, tomorrow she will bring cake. Another time she will bring another type of fancy food. And when I saw that this thing is not helping me, I started shifting from her. Not because I hate her, but I need my own way. I need to control my weight and all of that. But when she noticed that, she started getting offended. So I tried to explain it to her, but the solution I decided was that this thing is, I love you, but it's not good for your health.
Thank you, Dr. Moyo. Let me come to Miriam, because you said that in your own case, your husband was hiding the seasoning. But you see, that's your husband trying to hide it. But some people will say, Some people will spark for you that we're not doing it again in this house. Please put seasoning cube in my food. But you still have somebody that is at least hiding. So how would we solve this problem?
So Obiajulu has a good solution, which is maybe have different meals. And then you hope that the person understands the journey that you're on. And, you know, with Moyo, she also said that she was able to leave, you know, she tried to distance herself from her friend. You can distance yourself from your friend. You can't distance yourself from your husband or your wife. And so what I try to do personally in the house is some of the meals are enjoyed by everyone. You see my salads. Ima makes the salads for us in the house. She loves it. Every time she will call, Mommy, please don't forget avocado. And she makes it so well. And we love that particular salad because it has the vegetables and then it has chicken and fish and whatever. Everyone eats that. Everyone loves pepper soup. Everyone's love the catfish pepper soup. So there are meals that we can eat together. And then they know that there are some meals that they're like, what's that you're eating? And then they can eat their own. So it's not that you must force everyone. My husband works out. You know how he works out like every day, so he can even afford to make some bad choices, and he does that. And when he does it, he will tell you, "I'm going to work it out." With the children, though, I have become a lot more relaxed. I used to be a lot more strict to the point that when my children go out and they get a bottle of soft drink, you see their eyes. They'll be looking like, "My God, I cannot believe this is happening to us." We get to eat sugar. And he used to bother me like, why are you people drinking like so? Now I allow them to eat. Before, when you bring chocolate sweets to my house, we will spend the whole year eating the chocolate because you eat it once a week. They also know now there are some noodles, whatever. In my house, it's once a month. And if you eat it more than once a month, you know that you're not eating it until the 3rd month or the next 2 months. Wow. You know, but I'm a bit more relaxed. And you're a tyrant. Now that I'm relaxed, I see my children, they're looking a bit chubbier. Like, you know, my son has some bum. I'm like, okay, it's good for you.
You know, so let me take Kelechi. Good morning, Kelechi. Are you there?
Morning, good morning.
Morning, you're live.
Okay, please, would you please, is it possible to take you back a little bit?
Absolutely. It's your view. Okay. Let it count. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, it's about the topic you discussed yesterday.
Okay.
It was a topic after my heart, but you mixed it up.
Okay.
And I was not comfortable with it.
Okay.
That thing that happened on that video.
Oh, I really wanted to hear that. Please, could you find out
one?
Which one of the topics?
Can I even remember this?
But I'd love to hear. Please, if you can try calling him back. It would be nice to hear. I'm not sure which it was.
Please, and if you're online, can send a message.
Yeah, send a message on Instagram or whatever.
You know, I remember this desperate housewives. One of them, Bree, who always ensured, see, she don't throw away her face, who always ensured that everybody must eat accordingly. You must sit well, the meals must be proper. And the kids were always tired and looking at, can we just have pizza? Can we just have burger? Can we just, you know, so I realized very early that these kids will get to a time where I can't make all the choices for them. I can only point them. See, even the adult self, is he allowing me to make a healthy choice? Me, I know what he needs that work for him. Me, I work out. He's not a workout person. So I can afford to eat anything. I know how to get it done. This morning, I had done like 200 squats before coming here today. So I know how to, because my father is a sportsman. I grew up doing all of those. So it's easier for me to just get into routine. But it's not for him. And I know what he needs to. But he just feels, now that I'm making small money, let me at least enjoy it now. Just see me. You know, before, when we were starting, we can't afford this, now I can afford. You're still telling me I cannot eat something.
You know, interestingly, you know, my own mentality is, if I deny my kids too much, when they get older, they will crave it so much, because it happened to me. I think I told you guys when they beat me up almost to stupor when I went to go and take biscuits. Remember my dad's experience? And for many years, I didn't eat biscuits because I was beaten up for eating biscuits. So for many years, when I traveled to the US and I just see cookies everywhere, oh my God.
You forgot yourself.
I was over. Now I'm a cookie addict. I love cookies. Chocolate chip cookies, pecan cookies, macadamia cookies, everything. Chocolate cookware. So everything. So for me, that's why I say, let them know what these things are. And then make sure, let them know that, okay, you can just have a little in moderation. Because if you have too much of it, you gain too much weight. But is that how to moderate with your spouse? You want to eat healthy.
Adults.
You want to look like a supermodel for you. But at the same time, the husband doesn't want to do the work.
So healthy food must taste good. I'm not a believer in healthy meals that you are starving yourself and it doesn't taste good, because what you do is build an unsustainable diet. You can't sustain it because it doesn't taste nice.
Let me pause you for a second. I'm sorry. Abdullah's holding. Abdullah, are you there?
Yes, I'm
You're
there.
live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, my beautiful ladies.
Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly. Go ahead, please.
What I want to contribute is that the most difficult things for any human being to experience to change their diet, very difficult.
True.
You know, for example, like when I was developing, maybe when my sugar level was high, what I did, I went to the hospital to go and see a doctor. My doctor, they say he wanted to see my wife. Because of the sugar level, why will you see my wife? He said, no, he just want to advise her on 1 or 2 diets that are supposed to be taken. Advise her on what? He said, okay, there's no problem. The next day, I took my wife to the hospital. You know, he started explaining, don't add sugar, don't eat meat, even meat, no matter the kind of health that I have in this world, I can never stop eating meat. No matter.
It's true now.
Me, if you give me food without meat, most of all, any food I swallow from my childhood, I will never eat, no matter how hungry am I. I will never eat. That is what is still inbuilt on me at this age. That is what happened. He said, no, okay. When you say, okay, I have you all those things, because me, I know what I would do. No. Okay,
Exactly. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you. Then we're going to break. When I come back, I'll come to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we still have Edda on the line. Good morning, Edda. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
It has to do with the food. Some years we got. Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, we can't hear you, Edda.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Some years back, my husband was diagnosed with diabetes. That was during the COVID period. I was home and we don't stay together. I stay in Abuja. He stays in Benin. So they called me that I should come home. When I got home, and it had to do with his food and all that. You know, we don't stay together. So normally the nannies are with the children and him, and they do small cooking there. They gave us a menu to follow. So after he was discharged, they stuck with those menu that was given to them. And I want to thank God that he has, you know, he's doing better and he's doing well. So what we eat in our home really, really, really matters. Most times when I get home, I just will find out that it's more interesting to eat than the normal, because you see them, they have their portions, you know, there's vegetables, and compared to the regular food that we just...
But either do your kids get frustrated that they can't eat the sweets and the party packs, stuff like that?
They're even good with the diabetic menu. They're even okay with the diabetic menu, because for me, it's even better and even richer than what we take normally. You know, they have like portions. Maybe the portion of rice might be smaller, lots of vegetables, you know, fruits and all that. So I think the kids are really fine with that menu. Because most times, if you prepare, they'll say, no, they want to eat that food.
Fantastic.
So
thank you very much, Edda, for sharing your story. That's an interesting,
I was saying before the caller came in, before the break, that healthy food should taste good. And that's what our last caller just said. So healthy food must taste good. And I think in our bid for diet, we shouldn't do fat diets, because usually where the issues come in is where you do that, I want to lose 10 kg in 1 week, kind of. So you are now on watermelon diet for 1 week. Oh, I'm doing only eggs for 1 week. That's usually where the problem comes in, where everybody around you is wondering, are you okay? It's this, you can't sustain this. So I think that we all must, as women or as men, whoever is going through, we must learn to make lifestyle choices that can be sustainable for a long time. Eat food that you would enjoy eating. Meal is for
But sometimes, these things are, you need time. You need to be there to make it yourself, because these are things that you can't be going to work, doing a 9 to 5, and then come back home and start thinking, what do I combine it? So sometimes the junk food is the easiest thing to pick up.
Just throw something in, please, because there are people that, like one caller, the man that said, I can never stop eating meat. Many times we see men that are sort of like stuck in their ways and say, I cannot stop it, even in the face of impending death, like they've given you yellow card. You say, no, I'm going to wake up and drink.
Every day and I die.
So it's important that we must be open to living a good quality life and making the sacrifices that will help us enjoy long term.
So now, in answer to that is that we need to understand that we can't control another adult human being. And you may watch your husband or your wife doing something and you know in your heart that this is wrong and this may lead to, you know, something serious. But the most you can do is advise that adult. Your children, on the other hand, you can help. And I just want to go back to the part where you say some people are so busy. Like me now, I truly feel bad because I have so much more on my plate these days. I don't feel like I'm the best mother, you know, anymore. Like I used to really do well. When my children would get sweets and stuff from school, we would separate it like for the week, put them in Ziploc bags, and you know what you're meant to take for this week and the next week. You know, and they understood it, portion sizes, how many of those you could take. And it was because I had that time to do that. But now, I'm not there as much. And so sometimes I'll give them the easiest, quickest thing to eat. Or if they come again, Mom, can we just have that chocolate? And I just need to, yes, we can. But for anyone who can do it, I think, you know, we're saying that when you tell when you put the children on this regimen, oh, you make them so crave for more. Sometimes you're teaching them how to eat healthy. Many times, I will never forget this lady. She had, you know, she was really overweight. And she said it's because she was not taught how to eat healthy. She was just taught, put food in front of me and I'll eat it. We don't have that culture where we teach children that there has to be portions, time to eat, the sort of food to eat at the time that you need to eat it, you know, different things, and in moderation. And when you're eating moderation today, you would not have the issues in the future where you have to be fighting to lose weight or, you know, So
I don't know if moderation really is.
Moderation is key, especially for children. Start them on moderate meals.
I think I have a caller. Free from Abuja. Good morning, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Finally, I was able to get you today. This is my first time.
Welcome to the show. Your name is Free?
Unfortunately, Free. F-R-E-E.
Okay. Nice.
Unfortunately, I don't have a contribution to make. I just called to compliment all of you. You look
So tell us about your name, Free. What's that about?
That's the name I was given.
For real? What part of the country? What part of the country?
Lagos. I live in Lagos.
No, I think what part of, where are you from? Sorry, what part of?
Oh, I'm from Ebonyi State.
Ebonyi State. Oh, Free.
And she's a Nigerian.
Of course she's a Nigerian.
We're trying to understand
The understanding of Free. Okay. Free, what's your surname? May I ask your surname?
Samuel.
So Free Samuel. Oh my God. I love it. Free Samuel. Thank you so much for calling Free Samuel. Okay, nice. Okay.
So I wanted to say that I like the idea of portion control, and that's what, you know, most people try to adjust how they eat and go. So for those of us who eat in tiny bits, it's easier to have portion control because you know that when I take it, I'll just wait till I'm hungry again to eat. But you see those people who finish a pot of spaghetti at a sitting, it's very difficult to portion control them. You know, I came from a house where we could boil 2 derica of rice and we eat it all day. It will remain till the next day. But when I went to this family, they can finish at a sitting. The sizes of food, I'm like, how do you people eat like this? So it's still a problem today on portion control. Even when I dish the food, this is okay for you, honey. Like, I know belly full. This is what's happening here, you know. But what I did, because my children now took that side where they really eat. My children would eat good food, swallow soup. They know the names of every soup. Every soup. They eat well. Then they will not add snacks. You know, there are kids that don't like food that much, but they eat snacks. These ones, they eat the two and they eat it well. And I had an issue with my son getting very big, especially when they came back from their trip. So what I did now was to inculcate exercises. So I tell my housekeeper, no second helping for him, especially him. No second helping. Once he finishes his food, he should drink water. He should drop his plate. And then we do exercise. So I now started looking for exercises that he can do. Swimming,
basketball is one.
Basketball and all of that. He's
Let me take this call from Kelechi. He's been holding for a while. Kelechi, are you there?
Yes, Marayo.
Yes, you're live.
Please, I am going to speak pidgin.
Oh, go ahead. It's your view, sir.
So that those of us who are not as enlightened as you women would digest my perspectives.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
See, yesterday's topic was a topic that is so dear to me. But like I said, you missed it up.
Okay.
That thing that happened in the video is different from the issue you discussed, that a pastor insists that a woman, that couples that are getting married should be brought to them for his approval.
Okay.
Mariah, see, let me tell you something. Let me talk as an Igbo man. Igbo culture says that under no circumstance will a man kneel down before his wife. It's not done, because you're undermining your position as the man, as the head of the family. That is what the culture stipulates. Okay? But because of Western influence, ever since Christianity has introduced into Igbo land, Christianity has succeeded in relegating Igbo culture to the background. So we have stuck to Western culture. That's why you see women, as I see our women, I see our men going to kneel down to propose to their wife. It is not done. Like one of your ladies said, if that thing had happened in the western part, maybe he would have gotten some approval. Okay, but that aside, Mariah, say a woman I want marry. You understand? The pastor insisted that courtship after 6 months should be terminated. That is what the pastor said. And do you know something? Everybody in that church is afraid of this pastor. Even the parents of this girl. It's so annoying, I'm telling you. I met this girl 2017. After 6 months, this girl started telling me that he's going away. Because the pastor because I was not ready after 6 months. Do you know that this girl said that this girl was threatening the relationship with what the pastor said about this courtship in the book he published, that after 6 months, it is going to be over. She gave me that book to read. I said, is that okay? After reading, I said, is this why this girl is behaving this way? Do you know, one of these days I visited this girl on the road, though. On the road. I wanted to I said, give me a goodbye hug. Do you know what she said? That she cannot do that because the pastor may be crossing. And when she sees her, she will say, who is this person? And when she said, if she tells the pastor that is a man that wants to get married to me, the pastor will be angry. Say, why haven't you brought him to me? You understand? I was so surprised. I kept quiet. I no talk. So this thing kept going. You understand? So so many things have happened. The parents are the father is there. The parents, the mother goes to the church.
Thank you very much, Kelechi. Interesting angle.
Different
perspective. Thank you very much for that.
That's why yesterday, we're talking about maturity.
Yeah.
You need to be mature enough first, before you go into this thing, so that you can make some decisions for yourself. And then emotional intelligence.
As in, that's just, even for the meal discussion, for dieting discussion, sometimes you will pipe down.
Yes.
Just because you sense that things are getting heated in your marriage.
Yes. But the intention is noble from the pastor's side, saying, listen, keep after 6 months, because after 6 months, don't waste time.
Yeah, you become Lord of the Rings. But 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. So if a man does not have an intention or is not ready, why do you want to hook up with this woman and keep her till you're ready? So there are some people that can't get away with it. As a young person, you're just finishing school.
Good,
you have time to find yourself, get a job and all that. You can get away with it. But a woman who is dating from 35, you now, after 6 months, you're not saying anything. So why are we there? Because what happens is when they are there, Christianity says do not defile the bed before you start. After 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, what do you think they're doing? Singing praise and worship when they visit? No, things happen. So the pastor is trying to save everybody's head. When you're ready,
let me take this call from Toby. Good morning, Toby. Are you there?
Hi, ladies. Good morning.
Morning.
BC, you're cracking my head this morning with this your attire.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So I just wanted to crack you guys up a little. So on this food issue we're talking about, this diet issue. So I have an in-law, a brother-in-law, whose wife went from being normal like me, like I like my chicken, meat, and everything, moved on to I'm a vegetarian, and then moved on to being vegan. Now, the whole family is vegan. Wow. So there was a time my mother-in-law visited them, and, I didn't know at that time that they were vegan. So I went there to see her later, with the hope of asking her to come over to my place. So So we went there, you know, I didn't even take water because I'd eaten before I left. So, you know, they offered me everything and I said no. But on getting to our own house with my mom.
Oh, man.
Yes, it's nice. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Mommy goes, see, the hunger will don't kill me for the past 3 days. I beg, give me better food. You understand? Because they are subjected us to a different world. And do you know what? My brother-in-law himself, will call, you know, when we're in their house, they are bigger. When he comes to my house, he will say, please, we have chicken. We have pounded yam. We eat everything. You will clean his mouth, rinse his mouth, use mouthwash, and go back home and go and continue to get.
I hope they will not know that. They won't watch this show.
Do your vegan and whatever you want to do, but don't subject the entire family.
Yeah.
Let people do what they want to do. You know, that's my contribution.
Fantastic, Toby. That's interesting, but it's a learning curve for Mariam because our husband is already stealing, hiding, seasoning. But I just come to business house, people, please give me food that has food that has seasoning cube. Please put it inside. So we should try to carry everybody along and show them. They might actually be doing it behind your back.
Yeah, I think it should be more open. It should be more open. So probably this woman that is here hasn't been open, so the man is trying to keep the family. Just like our article, this man really wanted to be supportive. He said, when he started, it was cute, it was nice, we all agreed, we all, you know, after a while.
Something that just dropped. Sorry, you wanted to go? Okay. Something that just dropped. You know, sometimes we think this is the right way. And because you are the woman of the house, let everybody just adjust.
Yes.
This is how it's going to be from now on. And the man understands that for there to be peace, he has to just play along. So from time to time, let's ask our family members questions. Is there anything I'm doing that you don't like? We may hear the truth and be ready for the truth. Because you could come out, you could be there for years in your mind. Everybody complies in my house. This is how we are going. And
but when they go out,
they're looking at you. When you're out, they do what they need to do. So I don't want to raise everything. You know, have family members around.
You know, I
can't tell
I banned cola in my house. Like kids, you're not allowed because it makes you hyper. My kids are already naturally hyper. So it's never allowed. So at parties, I'm always monitoring and watching them. You can take any other thing but cola. So they got so used to not taking cola. But of course, grandma will come. Grandma loves cola. Cold one as that. So she'll give it to them. They'll say, Mommy, no, Mommy doesn't allow us to take it. But after a while, I started feeling bad because they really wanted to taste this thing because their friends are drinking. They really wanted. So I had to succumb to that. I said, okay, when you get 10 years old, only Elizabeth is allowed to drink it. The others are not. So they're waiting to wait when they're 10 years old. And they will drink cola. But now she drinks. And she looks like an adult. Like, oh, yeah, I can drink cola. You guys are not. You know? So I try to make that compromise.
I like that. And even for my children, there's some things they'll say, no, we're not allowed. Ima, my daughter, is likely to go outside and keep to the plan. My son is like, woof, we're out. Let's do this. I like it. There are different people. You just understand that there are different personalities.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that we have the healthy habits. We have it as a foundation. And I know.
So let's talk about healthy habits. What is healthy habits?
And I notice that people who live that way, children who are raised that way, even when they go out and have that craving and everything, they still go back to what they are used to and what is healthy. Nobody sees a healthy person living a healthy lifestyle and thinks that's a bad thing. You know? But they want to do it, but they want it to be in a way that is sustainable.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It's sustainable. So healthy living, we're just talking. Okay,
now you have a call. Let me come back to you. Bright, are you there?
Hi guys, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Very well. Go ahead, please.
My name is Bright. I'm calling from.
Yes.
I think we all need to check our background, where we're coming from. And sometimes, like one of you said, there are some people from where they come from, and they can't imagine getting to a place where getting married to a wife who doesn't understand that big. For somebody like me, I grew up in a place like that. But then, as I was getting older, even in my house, the level of the food I eat, I tell my wife how small I want it to be. There's a certain place we eat when we go out to eat in town. We tell the food a small portion. And even colleagues of mine, everybody in my office complain. I take just a little.
Oh, did you get told?
Yeah, I think he was talking about food portions that you mentioned. Some people have different ways of eating, and but we didn't hear the rest.
It was very helpful.
So we're talking about healthy habits. So it's just eating. First of all, with children, I always say don't put your children on a very strict diet if they are not already working out and just eating healthy options. Fruits and vegetables good for your children. When it's time to eat, they should have meal times. You can't keep eating throughout the day. You know, you must have a time when you sit down and you eat. I know there are some people that say, oh, that's how they eat, little by little. But children should have times that we have meal times. This is when we sit down and we have our meal. You have breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then you can have sweets and chocolates in moderation. So it's, and I know that there used to be a time where parents used to do this. Okay, when you finish your food, that's the healthy, nutrient-dense food that you need to grow and develop, then you can have some ice cream. Then you can have, you know, and so the children put that, and before you know, you have a child that understands that there are meal times and then there are healthy options to eat. Then exercise. A lot of us right now, especially in Lagos, I noticed because of traffic, I guess, and things like that. We're at home, we're in front of the TV, our children are playing games, they're not exercising. So different ways to get your children exercising. For us growing up, we just play outside. You have and just do you know, anything. And that was exercise. So you don't have to make exercise like, this is the time for workout. You can say, let's run in the compound. You guys, let's take a walk and let's go and gist, you know, things like that.
I just noticed, I just dropped in my mind now. My help is one that dishes my kids' food. And you know, when she cooks sometimes, for that feeling of, okay, I cooked and my people are eating. So she gives them huge portions, heaps and heaps. Okay, can they finish it? They'll finish it though. They'll finish it. I'm like, this is too much for a child. So I think what I'm getting from you is that I also have to pay attention to the portion. Don't let my kids get used to this big eba. They give them this huge eba. And that's it. So I'm thinking, you know, you guys got it.
I wanted to just touch in on the healthy living. My kids are not even really eating.
Enough foodies.
So I have to compel them and cajole them into eating. However, I think that we should explain to them why we're telling them not to eat what they are not eating. Because many times, many parents just give children instructions thinking, don't eat it, we don't eat it. But if we take the time, and it's painstaking, because many parents are busy, to help the child to understand why you are not having any more cake today. You've had enough, your stomach would pain you, you might end up vomiting, or you'll be uncomfortable, so no more. You know, so like they understand, okay, we've taken a portion. Mommy can only give us one portion. So what do we choose? So I make them choose. Do you want drink or cake? You choose one. Do you want biscuit or this one? You choose one. So at every point in time, you know that I am the one making the choice of what I want to make and all of that.
Let me take this call from Jigawa State. Good morning, Buba. Hello, are you there, Buba?
Hello,
Buba.
good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning, ladies. I want to look at this topic from another angle.
Yes.
From this angle of childbirth, choosing specific food to eat. I'll give example with my dad. Right from childbirth, he has been eating only yam and beans. That has been his meal from child. He's close to 90 now, and that is his only meal. When my mom got married to him newly, she tried to spicy his food, you know, change his diet. But she could not do that. In fact, she said to a point that he was even vomiting while trying to change his meal. That the mom had to tell her if she does not want to accept him the way he is, she should just pack and go. So she had to make that sacrifice of allowing him eat the kind of food he grew up with, and that has been yam and beans. So let's look at this from this angle of, you know, something
is he healthy?
Came up with from childbirth and stick to that particular diet of food without changing his meal. And I tell you, he is as healthy as he is, very healthy. My dad can work in the farm. He's close to 90 years now. He can work in the farm from morning till night. And his diet has just been beans and yam. From anyhow, just beans and yam. You eat your rice, you eat your good food.
Thank you. Thank you, Uba. Thank you very much. So we're bringing down this conversation now because we're wrapping it up. Because the conversation started from a man complaining that his wife has told the entire family, and now he's frustrated because his children now are not allowed to have that liberty to eat what they want to eat. So what advice, therefore, let's begin to wrap up the conversation. What should he do? Because he also accepts that, yes, healthy eating is nice, but I also want to eat normal food. So that's what you started telling us. What is normal food?
What is it?
Is a basil okay?
Yeah.
Is what the other amala? All the other stuff.
Foods.
Are those things? Yes.
Let me add that we have different body types. And, you know, when we talk about food, we don't pay attention to those body types.
Yeah.
There are certain body types that are suitable for plant-based meals. Nuts, you know, legumes and all that. It works with your blood. It just goes. You don't have gut problems. You don't have purging problems. And when you deviate from that body type, no, so these are for adults now, you see that you begin to have stomach issues. These people that eat, like the ones that eat too much in the house, and, you know, they always have stomach issues. They're always running to the toilet. And every time I try to eat like them, I have those issues. It even happens to me on set, and my stomach. So you have to find what works. Our guts speak to us, but we don't pay attention. We don't listen. Our body talks to us. So pay attention to your body and understand what works for you. When you put any meal into your body, and your body is reacting a certain way, and you do it again, and your body is reacting a certain way, you should know this is not for me, and you cut it out. I wanted to add that there are some children now, that they don't eat. They are naturally not wired to eat at that certain age, and I was one of those kids. So parents now try to compensate with some of these snacks. Just put something in your stomach, because the child is not hungry. It's not as if the child is fainting. The child is not hungry. And I know that when your son comes to visit, I have to force him to eat. Because he can be in the room all day and I'm not hungry. Come downstairs, I'm not hungry. My friend, come downstairs and come and eat, you know. So for those sort of children, that's not the time to be putting strict regimen and strict diets for them. Give them something to keep their fuel running so that they can eat. And when it gets to the age where they are now eating, you can begin to balance that. So I think the point here is, do what works for you and your family.
Yeah, and just in response to what can you do as a family when you find yourself in this situation, let's do a timetable. Let's do a meal plan. Okay, this is what I think we should eat. We can all eat together. This is what I need to eat specifically because of my own specific health needs.
Exactly.
Not everyone has the same health needs per time.
Yeah, we do.
So if you're trying to lose weight, I'm not trying to lose weight because I'm good, you know. So sometimes we apply healthy options and healthy diets to
the wrong people?
So we apply it when you have an issue. So that's what people need to understand. Sometimes you go on these strict diets, it's because you're trying to solve something. Yeah. But when you're just trying to maintain a healthy, regular lifestyle, then you can sit down and say, can we have a family menu? Yeah. And when you include everyone, they also help you. Yeah. I have times when I want to eat something, my children are like, Mommy, how come you're eating that? You know, and they remind you, Mom, remember you said you were going to do this, because even for them, we listen to them and we don't make it about you must do as I say.
We have to wrap up. Final talk.
Final word is what is healthy is I feel is natural. As much as possible, stick with what is natural, reduce what is processed, and everybody would feel a bit, and then let it be tasty. You know, if you're going to,
spice it up.
Yes, it needs to taste good. It needs to be as natural as possible. And you must listen to people. If they are squeezing face when they're eating the food, check.
Don't give them again.
Yes.
Okay, that's all we can take on the show. It was a nice feel-good Friday type of topic. You know, I think lots of people connected with the story. So don't forget, you can watch the 8 p.m. match. The Nigerian Super Eagles against the Black Stars of Ghana. They'll be playing on TVC 8 p.m. tonight. Don't miss that match. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.